So, we're going to talk today about why you are losing your hair. And contrary to popular belief, most people don't understand it is largely because of what's going on with your body. You can't just walk around, do any old thing, eat any, be around any old thing, live the way you want to live. So how you live impacts how well your hair grows. So I am going to try to see if I can get my other phone a little bit closer. So I'm leaving out the house to come do my live, and my husband's outside getting the snow off my car because I'm in Jersey and it's snowing here. He gets the snow off my car and I lock him out the house. So my husband had to walk here. That's why I had to stop for a second, because my husband had to walk here to get the key so he can get in the house. I had no idea I locked him out the house, but then my husband, he walks out and usually always has his keys. And his keys was on the table. Now that I think about it, his keys were on the table. But I locked him out the house. So I'm sorry. So I'm a little off and I'm a little frazzled. So if you guys haven't joined me before, I usually always talk about something that's going to share with you a little bit about why you are losing your hair. This little picture right here, those are some of the issues that lend itself to why you are losing your hair. This particular picture right here is talking about insulin resistance, but insulin resistance falls into hormones and all this over here. So I just want to talk to you guys today. Thank you for joining me. I just want to talk to you all today about why you are losing your hair. We're going to go over some of these things right here. If you guys don't know who I am and you're new to my channel, my name is LaRon Quarles, and I am a certified IAT trichologist and an integrative functional medical practitioner. So when you reach out to your dermatologist to see how you can get someone to help you regrow your hair, often they're able to help you in the way of giving you steroid shots, giving you topical products to help you grow your hair, but they're not really going to go in deep as to why you are in that position, where it came from, and how you can fix it and get your hair back, or help you understand why you are losing your hair. So this is not a dig ever to say don't go to your dermatologist. Yes, go to your dermatologist, but I want to enlighten you into some of the reasons why you may be having thinning hair, why you may be having some trouble growing your hair. And I also want to add medication to this list. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. If you guys have any questions, you can put them here in the chat and I'll answer them. So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to make this brief and I want to make this quick because my husband is going to come back and he's going to open his door pissed. So again, I'm sorry, everybody. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, thank you. I think I have like 4 people here. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate everybody joining me. I just want to say hello. And I'm going to tap here to say hi to everybody. QT Styles and Makeup. Let me know where you're joining me from. I love when I have beauty professionals here because that helps all of us work together and do our jobs better when we are a little bit more informed. I'm not saying that you aren't informed, but most of the time when we learn a little bit, we're able to translate this to our clients who are also in the beauty space, and sometimes they don't know. So today's topic, and I said I'm gonna keep it brief, maybe like a half an hour. Why are you losing your hair? If you all don't know it or not, your hair grows from the inside out. So I'm going to get my cross section of hair so that you can see why I say a lot of it has to do with you. Give me 1 second. Now, when I talk to my customers, my clients, I don't call them patients because I'm not a doctor or a nurse, but we wear smocks, we wear scrubs to represent that we are in health and wellness. So I call my clients and not patients. When I speak with clients, when they come in, I let them all know that this is the arteries and veins. The red and blue here arteries and veins. And guess what? It feeds the hair follicle. It feeds this hair bulb and this root and this papilla. So everything that you put in your body, everything that affects how well your blood flows, the fact that your blood flows at all and connects to a dermal root and a papilla so that you can grow hair, the fact that your body is connected beneath the skin, this is the skin surface, that is connected with all of this hair, capillaries, sweat glands, sebum. Here's the area where the infundibulum, where that provides the sebum to provide lubrication for your scalp. How the nerves are wrapped around each follicle. This yellow here, these are nerves, okay? Then we have the sweat glands. This is the pseudourethus. This is the sebum, the sebaceous gland. This whole area, when areas become scarred, this is called the infundibulum, from the base of the sebaceous gland to the top. Blood supply, arteries and veins. So everything that goes in your body, everything that affects your blood, if your blood is too acidic, if it's too sweet, if you're on medication, if you have liver fat, if you are going through periods of high cholesterol, if you're on statins, if you're going through PCOS, anything that affects your blood and affects you here is going to affect you here. So I want you all to understand that. And I have quite a few people here on the stream on YouTube. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And I thank everyone for joining me. And I don't know how to say hello to all of you guys here, but I just want to say thank you. Thank you for joining me. If you guys have any questions, let me know. So why are you losing your hair? Now, I spoke about the body being connected to blood vessels, arteries, and veins. Thank you. I had to lock the door before somebody comes and gets me because nobody's out this time of morning, and my trichology center salon is in a plaza and there's no one else here, so I had to go get the keys for my husband, who is very pissed. Oh my God. Pray for me, y'all. The body's connected to arteries and veins and a blood flow. So when I talk about why are you losing your hair, let's talk about medication. I get a lot of clients who say to me, oh, I'm on medication, but my condition is well controlled. The fact that you're on medication at all is going to alter the way your blood flows, the chemistry of your blood, what's going through your blood, what is going to draw from your blood. In my bio and in my link store, I have a book that lets you know when you're on different medications, what it draws from you. So it's going to draw different minerals from you because we are made from the ground. If anyone is a Bible reader, I need you all to understand that we are made from the earth. So we are made of phosphorus and magnesium and different minerals. So when we take things into our body, it usually alters how our body functions. If it's an agonist, if it's something to help your body not absorb calcium because it's a calcium channel blocker for your heart. If it's something to help you reduce the aldosterone levels and reduce the salt content in your body, and it's a diuretic. Those things that you take into your body, your insulin, your metformin, everything, your statin, is going to affect how well your blood flows, and it's going to affect the quality of your blood. So when you're on medication of any type, I don't care if it's a HRT, if it's something to alter how something works in your body, it is always, always, always going to affect your hair because your hair is connected to a blood supply. So please, I want you to understand, when you visit your doctor and your hairstylist and you tell them, oh, I'm on a medication, but it's everything's well controlled, it doesn't matter. The fact that you're on it at all is the issue. So for some of us who are very sensitive, as soon as we take a medication, a month or two later, we see the effluvium and we see the hair falling out. It's because of the medication. So when I say, why are you losing your hair? That's just one of the many reasons. So second, I want to talk to you all about a few of these here, because these are not the only reason why, because you also have medication, you have immunity, you have so many things that contribute to why you're losing your hair. But I need you all to understand that everything contributes to you thinning, losing hair, your hair's falling out. It's going to change the quality of how well your hair grows. Everything affects hair because hair is a barometer of health. When we notice that our hair is coming out, that we see long strands, or if the hair is just suddenly miniaturizing and you don't see any hair fall on the floor anywhere, but over time you realize my ponytail is getting thinner. I have to wrap the rubber band or wrap the wrap around my hair 2 and 3 times. My hair is not as thick and full as it used to be. That's your body letting you know things have changed. Things are changing. You need to make a change so that you can change the quality of how well your hair grows. That is the one thing that when I speak with my trichology clients in my clinic, many of you all don't understand that. You have to do the changing. You have to alter your life in a way that's going to make sense for your hair to thrive. And when I say make changes, it's not a 360 change because you're going to be in the same spot. When I say you need to do a change, you have to change how you're living. You have to do a 180 and walk in the other direction and do things differently. You can't walk the same way. You can't walk the same path. You cannot do the same things. If you all take anything from me today, I need you all to understand that you cannot continue to eat the same. You can't drink the same. You can't eat the same processed foods, the same sugars. You can't continue taking the same medication. You can't do what it is you're currently doing and think your hair is going to change. You have to change your lifestyle in a way that is going to bring about change for your hair. So I'm just going to look to see if I have any questions. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And I'm going to keep going. I hope you guys understand. So Team Sammy, I'm glad you said okay and thank you. So I want to continue. I'm going to keep going. So hormones. The body is doing a delicate dance every single minute, much like the immune system. As our heart continues to beat, there are chemical messengers that are traveling through our body all day long, nonstop, 24 hours a day, 365, 366 days a year. Hormones are running through our body. They take direction from the hypothalamus, the pituitary, they go to the thyroid, and they direct what's going through the bloodstream. Do we need to secrete more estrogen? Do we need to alter the progesterone so that we can alter how well her menses and her breasts are forming? Do we need to send out more FSH, more LH so she can produce milk? Do we need to alter the androgen levels? Do we need to alter 5-alpha reductase and secrete more DHT? The body is doing a dance 24/7. Do we need to alter cortisone levels? Do we need to alter aldosterone? Do we need to alter anything that's going to affect her adrenals and increase or reduce her stress load? 24 hours a day, the body is doing a dance with hormones. So this is why this is at the top. Hormones run the gamut of the body. So in addition to the 11 body systems that are major for me as a trichologist, hormones are really at the top. Hormones, the endocrine system. Let me answer this question. So, you know what? I can't help the fact that this is going in and out. I could try to go on Wi-Fi, but it's hopefully, let me know if that's better. Since someone said that I'm going in and out, let me know if that's better. I tried to put it on Wi-Fi, but a lot of times with me having this, this is T-Mobile. T-Mobile, sometimes it don't work all that great, and I apologize. So let me know if it's still going in and out. And YouTube, let me know how everything's working here. So a lot of us have trouble with hormone balance, and we don't even know it. When we're having, okay, thank you for that, better, okay. When we're having challenges with hair growth at the top of our head, this is that dreaded hormonal zone. From the top of the vertex to the front of the hairline, from the top of the eyebrows up, and from the top of the vertex to the front of the forehead, this is the area that hormones have the most sway and the most influence on the scalp. So what I want to let you know is when you're having challenges with your hair thinning on the top of your scalp, whether you're going through female pattern hair loss, male pattern hair loss, if you're just going through a period where you just got on medication and now the top of your head is see-through and you can basically hold your hair up and see the whole outline of your scalp, you're probably going through some issues that are affecting your hormones. Now, I'm going to go over a couple hormones and kind of put everything into perspective. And let me see if I can see this here. Okay, nobody said anything. I just want to make sure. Okay, if you guys have any questions, you let me know. Insulin, insulin. Insulin is a hormone that when you eat food, when you take something into your body, I'm going to address two ways how insulin really affects us. When we eat food, our blood sugar then rises to create energy because calories are energy. When we eat food, our blood sugar will rise. This is what happens. Because we're eating calorie laden, sugary laden foods, foods that have a lot of sugar, a lot of processing, our insulin levels will subsequently rise. So no matter what it is that we eat, blood sugar is going to go up, insulin is going to go up because the insulin now has to force that sugar into the cells, into the brain, into the muscle so that we can use it. That's just how the body works. We can't get away from it. Unless we fast all day, we're going to create blood sugar levels that rise. Insulin is going to rise and force it into the cells. However, what happens is when we're eating processed food, food with a lot of sugar, we're drinking things like mocha lattes that are this tall. We're eating a whole lot of processed foods, foods that break down into sugar very quickly. Simple carbohydrates as opposed to complex carbohydrates that take time. Those plant proteins take time to break down in the body and keep blood sugar stable. Because we're eating a lot of processed foods that are not good for the body, what happens is our insulin levels are too high for too long, and they wind up giving us issues like this right here. All of these issues here come from having high levels of insulin. However, when we're eating at 8 or 9 in the morning, 7 or 8 in the morning. We're drinking coffees, lattes, sugar. We're snacking all day. And by the time our blood sugar goes up, our insulin goes up, then we're eating again. So it's a lot for the body to have to deal with. So we have a lot of floating insulin in the body all the time. Americans usually do not exercise a lot because when we exercise also helps to keep insulin and insulin resistance and insulin levels at bay by drawing blood sugar into the muscles to be burnt off as fuel. So that's why we develop a lot of lactic acid in our muscles because of the sugar breakdown. So I'm not going to digress. But what happens is we have too much floating insulin in the body for too long, too often, all the time, which gives us problems like this, problems with excess hair, problems with having menstrual cycles and periods for 3 and 4 weeks and we're bleeding, having high amounts of liver fat, high cholesterol, problems with PCOS, problems with dermatitis, problems with yeast infections, problems with dandruff. All of that comes from the quality of the food that we're eating and the fact that our blood sugar is too high for too long all the time. So that gives us problems with our insulin levels. Another thing that happens is we have a lot of the world, everyone that I talk to has an issue with their thyroid. Oh, I'm hyperthyroid. I'm hypothyroid. I have hyperthyroidism. I'm hypothyroid. Everyone is having a problem with their thyroid. What we have to do is understand how our diet affects the thyroid. So we have to make sure that what we're putting into the body is conducive to helping the thyroid. Things like having, because TikTok will ding me if I put this on here. I'm not advertising a particular product. When we have things like greens, super greens, some blood types can have greens products because it will help keep the liver detoxified and it helps give you a certain amount of selenium, magnesium, and it's giving you what you need to help keep your thyroid balanced. But because we eat so much processed food, and I put things up like this, we're eating things in a box and in a bag. It's ultra processed. We're eating things like this, and when you turn it around, it's got about 15 different ingredients. All of those ingredients, the salt, the sugar, the food colorings, all of that influences how well our insulin performs and our thyroid performs. So when we're not eating foods that are conducive to having good level hormones, we're going to have problems like excess androgens and high amounts of PCOS and superfluous hair and hair growing in the wrong places, all on our chest and all on our face, producing excessive acne because of the food that we're eating, and it's affecting our hormones. So that's why I have diet here. We have to take into account that what we put into our mouths affects how well our body's going to perform. So I'm going to open this up for questions. If you guys have any questions, let me know, because I'm really just trying to help people understand why they're losing their hair. 9 times out of 10, it's not that Dominican blow dry. It's not what you did 10 years ago. It's you. It's the quality of your life. And you have to analyze what it is that you're giving your body, what it is that you're doing that is creating the situation that you have. So, diet. If you guys want to continue eating foods like Chick-fil-A, if I go to Chick-fil-A now, I don't eat their chicken. All I have is maybe the kale salad, and every once in a while I may get some French fries. But even the French fries aren't that great because you're eating trans fat. Trans fat foods are not good to help you with your blood pressure. If you already have high blood pressure, you already have diabetes, eating trans fat fried foods are definitely not your friend. If I go to Chick-fil-A now, all I'm having is a kale salad. I'm sorry. It has nuts on it. I'm getting my protein. I'm getting my greens. That's all I'm going to eat. I'm not eating the rest of the food that they have to offer. That's just me. And that's not to say you guys need to stay away from it, but it's just how much of it are you going to eat? When my clients come in for trichology exams, I have them give me a minimum of 2 weeks of their diet. So I'm analyzing everything that they're putting into their body. I already know what kind of oil they use at McDonald's, at Chick-fil-A, at KFC. I need to see what it is that you're eating. I need to see all the processed foods. I need to see the sugar, the fat, the ketchup, the sauces, the gravies, the sodas. I need everything. I want to see what it is that you're eating, because when I see, you're just not. So I see that I'm reconnecting, that I'm probably going in and out here on YouTube. Let me see if I can put on my Wi-Fi. Oh, I am on Wi-Fi. Let me see if I can take it off. Then maybe it's all right. Okay, YouTube. So I'm T-Mobile got me in a chokehold, because when I was with Verizon, I didn't have these problems. Now I'm with T-Mobile and my connection suck, and I'm sorry. So your diet, that's why I have this arrow here. We have to watch the processed food that we're eating. Anything that's in a box, in a bag, is pre-made, or if you get it out of a drive-through window and you didn't prepare it yourself, it's probably processed. So foods like Chick-fil-A, for the long haul, for the long term, are not your friend. If you're eating pre-prepared food at work, if you're stopping off to grab something because you didn't want to take the extra time to make it at home, 9 times out of 10, it's processed. It probably has bioengineered ingredients. I can flip everything over these days. Everything is made with bioengineered ingredients. Most of the liver over time in our glyphosates, and they're loaded with sugar. When you're eating a lot of these types of foods, we're going to affect our hormones and our insulin levels, and we're going to get all this. And that's why we have the disturbance on the top of our head and the hormonal disturbance. So, yes, Vivian, you said grow again. Let me know what you mean by that when you said grow again. So, I'm going to keep moving on. So, we went over hormones. Our hormones are doing the delicate dance with us 24 hours a day. It's reviewing what's going on in the blood. Our blood is connected to capillaries in the blood supply. Our hair is connected to the blood. The hormones are running through the blood all day long to see, how do we need to balance her out today? Are her stress hormones too high? Is her insulin level too high? What do we need to do to make sure that her pituitary, her hypothalamus, her thyroid, and all the endocrine glands, her female glands, male's anatomy, what do we need to do to keep them actively working and functioning right now? So our hormones are running 24/7, and that affects this. That's going to affect how well our hair grows. Our diet is going to affect how well our hair grows, because it's going to throw everything off. Also, heredity. I have a lot of people say to me, Well, this ran in my family. My mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my auntie, my grandmother, they were bald. They had thinning hair issues. And that is exactly right. It can definitely hurt how well your hair grows. For men in particular, I will say true male and female pattern hair loss usually comes from someone that had a bad X or a bad Y. A bad X or a bad Y meant they were sensitive to their own DHT. DHT is involved in the hair growth cycle. It helps the follicle go from catagen to telogen, and it causes the hair follicle to be pushed up out of the bulb. And then the hair growth journey goes back to anagen, which is the estrone. So estrone, DHT, and testosterone are actively involved in the hair growth phase. Now, some of us, I'm going to answer those questions. Some of us are genetically sensitive to our own DHT. All of us produce DHT, which is why you guys need to stop using DHT blockers, because DHT is involved in the hair growth process. However, there are a targeted some who are in fact sensitive to their own DHT, which causes them to lose hair in the hair growth cycle. And then you see men that have that thinning hair pattern. If you're between the ages of 18 and 25 and you've already started thinning, you are in fact genetically sensitive to your own DHT. Now, men who start thinning in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, that comes from this. So it may reflect a hormonal pattern. You may see the hair starting to diffuse here in the middle, but if you have a strong hairline, that's not heredity. That's not male pattern baldness. That comes from this. That comes from your body losing its battle with the hormonal response to everything that we're giving it. Your stress, your insulin, all of that, your sugar and how you're eating and how you're living. But that's not true male and female pattern hair loss. If you're over 35 or 40 and you're just having this pattern here, but you have a strong hairline, that usually just comes from age and all of this. So I did want to just talk about authentic male and female pattern hair loss being indeed hereditary. So let me answer this question. Somebody sent me something. So Miss Vivian, you said that was the second part of my question. Your question was grow again. Okay. Help me understand what your question was, though. You said that was the second part of your question. Said grow again. Let me know what the question was so I can answer it. So if you guys have any questions here, now that I'm reconnected, please let me know. So also your lifestyle. Your lifestyle includes this stuff here. Your lifestyle includes how are you drinking? How are you eating? How are you sleeping? How are you wearing your hair? Are you exposing your hair to a lot of chemicals and a lot of processes that are too tight? Are you snatching your hair back like Ariana Grande? I'm surprised she has any edges, because when your lifestyle includes you doing things to your hair and your scalp that aren't good for you, you will cause things like traction and thinner edges and a lack of hair in those areas. When you're visiting your dermatologist, not every diagnosis is traction alopecia. I do find that when a lot of people come to visit me, they'll say, oh, my dermatologist said that I have traction alopecia, but it's occurring on the top of your head and you have locks. Traction alopecia comes from tight, tense, tension-filled styles where you're doing a lot of tight activities and you're doing a lot of things that are causing you to lose hair in this area here. Traction alopecia usually comes with just a little bit of sparse hair around the hairline, and then you'll have areas where it is very, very thin, non-existent hair, and then you'll have just your regular hair. So traction alopecia has a certain look, but it is not, traction alopecia does not occur on the top of the scalp. Traction alopecia usually occurs around the rim here or the rim in the back because you're doing things that are causing tension. If you take a 5-pound bowling ball and you attach it to your tatas and you swing, your tatas eventually going to be down here. That is traction, that is tension. So I need you all to understand when you are getting diagnoses from your dermatologist, it's not always traction when it's here in the scalp. When it's here at the top of the scalp, the frontal, the midsection, and the vertex, this is the hormonal zone. So if you learned anything today, I need you to understand that this is the hormonal zone. And when you're losing hair here, something is affecting the quality of your hormones. So analyze your lifestyle. You guys have to watch what it is that you're eating. There ain't no way in the world that you are ever going to have the hair of your dreams if your lifestyle leads you to be on GLP-1s, you're diabetic, you have high blood pressure, you're on statins and cholesterol medicine, and you think you're going to have gray hair? Absolutely not. Your lifestyle will not allow you to have good hair for too long because something's got to give. Everything that you put into your body, 20% of it is going to hair, skin, and nails. 20% of anything that you're giving your body, hair, skin, and nails. So if you want beautiful hair, skin, and nails, the quality of everything you put in your body has to be on point. It has to be 100%. It can't be trans fat. It can't be fried foods. It can't be processed foods and pastas and breads and cereals and sugars that aren't good for you. It just will not. You have to eat whole foods, fruits, vegetables, and ain't nothing changed, because if you wanted to work out, you wanted to get the body of your dreams, guess what? You got to change your diet. You can't outrun a bad diet. And as far as your hair is concerned, you can't outrun a bad diet. That bad diet is going to catch up with you, because it is taking all of me as a 57-year-old to take my supplements every single day, to go to the gym every day, top of body one day, legs the next, glutes the day after that. Every other day I'm in the gym because I am a health professional and I have to watch what I eat. I can't eat fried foods. I can't eat all kinds of stuff that's not right for my blood type. I have to watch it myself. I have had lifelong kidney issues, as you can see from the edema in my face. I have to walk the walk and talk the talk every single day. And so do you. You have to watch what you're putting into your body. You have to make sure you're giving it what it needs. When clients come to me for a whole body scan, I analyze their blood work. I do what's called a BCA, blood chemistry analysis. And for my beauty professionals, I teach you that in my training, to use scans, to use a blood chemistry analysis. Once I find out what your blood chemistry analysis says, that's what I'm giving you. So when you find out what your body needs, that's what you have to give it. You also have to supplement what your body is being drawn from when you're getting yourself on medications. If you're on GLP-1s, that's going to affect your digestion and your elimination. So you're going to have to give yourself digestive enzymes, give yourself pre and probiotic fiber. You're going to have to give yourself some liquid minerals, because you're going to lose a lot of those minerals with the metformin and the GLP-1s and all the medications that you're on. So you guys have to analyze your lifestyle. It doesn't matter if your body is now well controlled because you're on the medication. The fact that you're on it at all means your lifestyle needs to change. You're going to have to think about maybe going to the gym to keep your insulin levels down. Think about changing your diet so that you can lose some weight naturally, so that you can get off of the medication. Because if you want good hair, you have to look at yourself in a different light. Self-care. You have to make sure you stay away from a lot of stress. You're going to have to stay out of everyone else's business. Manage your own. Try to do your deep breathing, do your yoga, spend some time with yourself. But you can't get involved in everybody's mess. You have to take time for you. I deal with a lot of ladies, and many ladies who are my age, maybe old, a little bit younger. They're taking care of kids that return home from college. They're taking care of grandkids. They're taking care of their spouse. They're taking care of everyone at work. They have deadlines. They have no time for themselves. They put themselves last. So when I say to them that certain things need to be done, it's a lot, because they're taking care of everyone else. They can never rest. They can't relax because everyone else's needs come before theirs. You're going to have to shift that and find ways to take care of you. If you find spiritual things comfortable for you, then you're going to have to kind of help yourself spiritually. If going to the movies or going out with your girlfriends and having some good laughter is something that you need to adopt in your life, do that. If you can tell people no, put the phone down. You're going to have to do that, because your lifestyle needs to change and more self-care needs to come into play. You're going to have to put yourself first so that we can help you get your hair back. So you have to understand you are important. Stress will increase the activity of everything in your body. If you are sick, the stress is going to amplify how sick you are, and you're going to feel worse. If you are someone who stresses and is very sensitive to stress, you're going to have raised cortisol levels. Raised cortisol levels raise blood sugar. Blood sugar will raise, good morning, blood sugar will raise insulin. Then we're going to have this dynamic again. So that's why a lot of us have the problems with the top of our head, because we go through a lot of stress. That high cortisol is going to raise your insulin levels. And then in combination with everything that I just talked about earlier, it's not going to work. You're going to have to maybe just find ways to reduce your stress. If I know my clients personally, I talk to them about it, and then I'm always asking them about it every week, every month. How's this? How's that? How are you working this out? How are you dealing with that trauma? How are you dealing with the death of your loved one and your friend and your sister girl? I have heard it all. And what I do know is stress, when it activates that sympathetic nervous system, it's going to make your immune system worse. It's going to make your alopecia areata worse. It's going to make your lupus worse. It's going to make the pain in your body worse, because stress helps you release pro-inflammatory protein, pro-inflammatory cytokines. These cytokines release through the body everywhere. So now your body's hurting, your scalp's in pain, your arthritis is worse, your tendonitis is worse, your feet and your gout is worse, your IBS is worse, because of these stress dynamic and the cortisol and the inflammatory signals that are sent out from your body from the stress levels. So I have people that reach out and say all the time, oh, it's more easier said than done to reduce your stress. I understand that. But I am an educator, and I'm here to just let you know that stress usually amplifies everything wrong in your body. So let me get here. So I just want to say thank you, King Von Does Head. Thank you for joining me this morning. And our V Veteran and Lifestyle, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it, and I appreciate all the likes that I get on all of my videos. I thank you so much for your support this morning. Sleep is the body's immune system protection. You have to get sleep. Now let me tell you a little bit about how the brain works. The brain is like a muscle. It's just like the heart. It's just like, your quads and your biceps. Your brain is working all day long. It's swelling. It's taking in blood sugar. It's doing what it has to do to take care of you all day long. Eventually, you need to go to sleep. Melatonin is a hormone. When you all don't go to sleep, you want to keep your phones on your person. You want to keep your phone on your nightstand, so that if somebody call you in the middle of the night, you can rush out and get to the phone and do whatever it is you got to do. You need to turn your phone off. Ain't nothing you can do while you sleep. You need your beauty sleep. It's called beauty sleep for a reason. If you want to stay beautiful, get some sleep. Melatonin runs with your circadian rhythms. In the morning, we have our lowest of the lowest melatonin levels. Then as dusk and nightfall falls, our melatonin levels rise so that we can naturally go to sleep. If you are prolonging sleep, you're not getting any sleep, you're going to affect your hormones, and this can affect how well your hair grows. You have to get sleep. The hair follicle has immunity privilege from melatonin. When we affect our melatonin levels, we affect the follicle's immunity privilege. Now the follicle is open to getting sick because you're taking away its immunity protection, because you don't want to go to sleep. You want to keep the blue light working all night long on your nightstand. You want to sleep around Wi-Fi. You want to have all your Wi-Fi because all your alarms got to work and your TV got to work in the middle of the night. If you ain't going to be up in the middle of the night, the TV, everything need to be off. Turn that TV off, turn the phone off, put it in another room, because that kind of stuff is going to mess up your circadian rhythms. You need sleep. If you are one like me who only needs maybe 4 to 6 hours of sleep, you still need to sleep. If you're tired at 10 o'clock at night, go to bed, keep your room cool, go to sleep. Having a room cool allows you to sleep better. You need to go through all those levels of sleep: REM sleep, deep sleep, light sleep. You need to go through those periods all night long. You need to go to sleep because sleep is important to the hair growth cycle. So these are just some things that I wanted to share with you, but I want you all to understand that you need to think about why you're losing your hair and put all those things into consideration. When you need assistance and you need help, try to find a holistic practitioner like myself. I'm in New Jersey. I work virtually, so it doesn't matter if you are sitting here with me right now, or if you're an hour away, or if you're in another country. With the help of Zoom, with the help of WhatsApp, Google Meet and Teams, I'm able to work with anyone across the country because I literally can send you a scan. I can ship you out a microscope. You use a microscope via the app. You send those photos to me. I send you all of the testing that you need. Bam, we're working on your needs from wherever you are. I am no easier on you if you're in Chicago and I'm in New Jersey than if you were sitting here in my person, because you pay me to offer you a service and I am going to deliver you results. If I see that you have follicles, then by Jeeves, we're going to get this hair back. If you start falling off, you don't return my text messages, you don't return my messages, you don't return my emails, you're not sending in your weekly diet, you're not sending me your pH levels, I will cut you off. You asked me to deliver you a service, and I'm going to deliver on that promise, and I'm going to help you get your hair back. If you're telling me that you are not willing to do something, it will not work. I am here as a certified trichologist and a holistic hair loss practitioner and an integrated functional medical specialist to help you. I also, as a practitioner, I teach and I train other beauty professionals how to do what I do. It is not hard. And I say, like Reese Witherspoon said in the movie, like that's hard. It's not hard. Everyone can learn how to be a hair loss practitioner. I have trained med spa professionals, barbers, makeup and hairstylists, locticians, braiders, because we are all in contact with people who are losing their hair. In other countries, trichology is seen as more of a medical profession. Here in the States, it is not. So we do not accept medical insurance for what it is that we do. I apologize. But you can, when you want to visit my establishment, my business, we do allow you to use care credit. You can use your HSA, you can use your FSA, because we are under the umbrella of health and wellness. So I just want to let you all know, beauty professionals, if you would like to learn how to do this, my platform is open to beauty professionals until the end of September as a scholarship special only for $97. It is a 12-week program, but when I tell you, you will have me and I'm going to be there for you to help you with any questions. I'll answer any question you have when you go through all of the activities. You have questions and it's not, the math ain't mathing for you. I help you break it all down. If you have a client, you send in your photos. We are going to go through what it is that we see. What is your client's lifestyle? What kind of medications are they taking? What is her diet? What is her activity? What has she been exposed to? And we go through it in the Facebook group. So as a beauty professional, if you want to learn how to offer this to your clients, because there are people, men, women, children across the world who are losing their hair, if this is you, you let me know. I will send you the coupon code so that you can go through and complete the program. At the end of the program, there is clinical training. You do have to travel here to New Jersey. That's non-negotiable for your clinical training, because you need to put this into action. You need to put this into action. Now, regularly, this course is offered at $49.97, but until the end of September, 12 weeks only, you come out, you'll be a hair loss practitioner. We also have a 3-day intensive program here in New Jersey where the class is $29.97. That is a 3-day in-person session. That is not deeply discounted because I physically have to take 3 days off of work, shut everything down, find people to come in, feed you. That is a 3-day session, 9 to 5, 3 days. You learn all of your treatments, all of your tools, all of your protocols, how to conduct a consultation, and you're learning all of this, and you get a handbook to take home so that when you have a client that's having an issue, you can pull out all of the pictures, all of the images, you can pull out all of your material and say, this is what I think we need to do. Based on my experience, this is what you need to do. But you have me to confer with at any time, even after the program is over. So if you guys didn't know who I am, my name is LaRon Quarles. I am a certified IAT trichologist here in New Jersey. My business is SBO Hair Loss. Please look us up on Google and see our reviews. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on LinkedIn, follow us on TikTok, follow us on YouTube. We are here to serve your needs, and we're trying to put this literature out so that we can help others like you. If you have any questions, please let me know, because I'm going to go back to the platform to see if anyone asks any questions. But again, I'm covering today some of the reasons why we're losing our hair. Take an honest look at what it is you are exposing yourself to, what it is that you're doing, to find out how you can work on your own hair. It starts with a deep look into your body's experience and treating your body right and analyzing how you are managing your health. So I'm going to just answer some questions if you have any. And okay, King Von, yes, if you are interested in trichology, I do have the platform. The platform is open until the end of September for $97. If you want to get started with an introduction into trichology, I can most certainly help you with that. And if you want to know more about anything, if I can support you in your journey anywhere, anything, not even with me, please let me know. Just inbox me and we can talk. If you have time, many hairstylists are always so busy, they don't have time to talk to other professionals. I can help you if you want to be helped. So I just wanted to see if I had any questions. I don't have any more questions. So I'm going to close everything out. And I just want to say thank you for joining me here on YouTube and on TikTok. And I'm going to go. And I want you guys to have a wonderful day on purpose. And thank you for spending your 8 a.m. morning with me. Y'all have a good day. Peace, love, and hair grease.